You just crossed over into the female zone.
Let me tell you something. In my entire life, I have never ever had to ask a man what the fuck he brings to the table. Do you know why? Because there's nothing from a man that I need. I have everything that I need. Okay, I know the psychology behind dating men. Men get, the feeling that men get from women is the same feeling women get from sleeping next to a dog. Yeah. We prolong men's lives. Dogs prolong ours. Yeah. Matter of fact, men knock years off of our lives. Yeah, stress. Yeah. So, when we know all of that, why the would I sit down across from a man and think that he has something special to bring into my life or add to my life? He don't. If anything, he gonna add stress to it. Okay? So, when I know that information, do you think I'm just gonna go for any rinky-dink motherfucker on the street? No, I'm gonna go for a peaceful man. Okay? Because my life is peaceful and it's going to continue to be so.
Sorry. The voices.
Oh, sweetheart, you're going to go for a peaceful man? Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but a peaceful man is probably not going to want you. Why? Because that little display you just did, obviously you're not going to bring peace to the man's life. I mean, seriously, if you know all this information about men and how men are horrible, here's an idea. Why don't you date yourself? Go down to the courthouse, marry yourself, be happy. I'm going to ask you, please don't look for a peaceful man. Don't try to date a peaceful guy because you're going to bring chaos to his world. If you're peaceful by yourself, why don't you start batting for the other team? I mean, become a rug muncher. It seems to me that it's going to make you super happy because apparently you don't need a damn thing from a man. So at this point, the only thing that a man can provide, you can probably replace it with something that needs AA batteries. Sweetie, this may be shocking, but could it be possible that the reason you don't ask a guy what he brings to the table is, I don't know, he doesn't want you at his table because he already knows that whatever positive thing that you're going to bring, this negativity you have is going to outweigh it by at least 5-fold. Food for thought there, princess. And while you're on that thought, here's something else that you may want to think about. You give off a lot of masculine energy, so it is also quite possible the reason you don't ask a man what he brings to the table is because you've become the man that you want. At this point, you probably got more testosterone in your system than half the guys in your DMs. Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
Just got rejected by a guy at my gym, which is obviously no fun, but it's part of dating. He was on the machine I needed to use, so I was like, how many sets do you have left? We made small talk. He introduced himself. He was being friendly. I don't know. I got flirtatious vibes. And then I felt like we were kind of looking at each other. So at the very end, when he was about to leave, I ran up behind him like it was a freaking movie. And he was literally leaving the gym, exiting halfway through the door. And I was like, wait, I think you're really cute. I'd love to get your number. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking to someone, which obviously normal. I was like, okay, she's a lucky girl, haha. And then went back to my leg day, which was clearly not the only thing humbling me this morning. The reason I'm telling this story is because that is not going to stop me from doing that again in the future. If I see another cute guy and the vibes seem like they're there, I'm going to go talk to him. I just think we often get discouraged and we see one failure and we're like, okay, I'm never doing that again. But that's just not the way that I view things. I view failure as data. So I'm like, okay, he obviously wasn't for me. Or maybe approaching someone at the end of their workout as they're leaving is not the best idea. But that's not going to stop me from trying. So I don't know. Moral of the story, just put yourself out there. You never know what you're going to get back. Today I got rejection, but maybe tomorrow it'll be better.
All right, first of all, sister, I gotta say, this gorilla is gonna give you a bunch of credit because number one, you are doing the one thing that most women should be doing. You got the confidence to go up to a guy that you like and say, hey, how you doing? Introduce yourself. You treated him like a human being. You know, I've seen a bunch of videos of women around here expecting men to do all the approaching and keep on going with a heavily entitled mentality, especially in the U.S., but you actually took charge. This girl applauds you. Now, I know that women are probably going to say, oh, look at her acting like a pick-me, whatever. You know, all those women could just shut the hell up. Honestly, if those women had a fraction of the confidence that you had, dating would be a much different landscape and things would be much easier between men and women out here. Now, this gorilla isn't blind because I'm pretty sure that a lot of my male viewers are going to point out the obvious, hey, gorilla, The reason she's approaching is because she isn't that cute. She is a lower tier mid. The only thing that she's got going for her is that she actually works out and keeps herself in shape. So she has to approach because she's not getting approached. That may be true here. I'm not going to deny that, but still, I'm not going to take away from her shine. She's an example to be followed. You know what, sweetie? You keep it up. This is a positive example that I put out there, and I really do hope you get a good guy out there, because definitely this attitude is going to help you in the long run. Moving on.
It's not that I'm a gold digger. It's not that I want to take advantage of men and spend all their money. It's not that I don't have my own money. It's that I want a man to look at me and literally be sick at the thought of me having to spend my own money. I want a man to think of me as so precious that he just wants to spoil me. He just wants to do it. Not because he has to, because he just looks at me and is like, you're a princess. You shouldn't have to pay for anything.
Today I learned that women are less likely to receive life-saving CPR because people are afraid to bare our chests or touch our chests. So they just let us instead. I don't want to speak for all women, but we'd rather not be.
So, like, how would you explain to someone that you're definitely not interested in anything casual, but you also really are not ready for something serious just because your life is so all over the place right now? But also, like, if it were your husband, you definitely wouldn't want to miss out on meeting him and pursuing something with him. But at the same time, talking stages give you anxiety and make you kind of spiral. But also, like, maybe you would be open to it if you lived in one of the cities that you're trying to move to. But at the same time, you don't really like the idea of long distance. So, yes, you're single, but no, you're not looking. What do you say to people to explain that and not sound like a psycho?
All right, to that first screen. Okay, so it's not that you're a gold digger, you just have gold digger expectancies. Oh, so wait a minute. You're not a gold digger, but you just want the guy to be sick to his stomach if he sees you spend your own money, and he's going to want to give you everything. And the guy obviously is going to have a lot of money in order to buy you everything that your little heart desires. Sweetie, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, swims like a duck, and it's got a golden shovel next to it. Hey, quack, quack, honey. You're a gold digger who's actually trying to convince everybody that you don't have a golden shovel. No, it's something else, not a golden shovel. Miss me with that BS, honey, because you're giving a lot of side chick energy that wants to become the main. All right, to that second lady. Okay, sister, what can I say? This is something that the M2 movement has created. I mean, what did you expect? That you start telling men, oh, don't touch us, don't do this, don't do that. We're going to cancel you. We're going to do all kinds of things if we feel like it, and consequences are going to come from that. Guess what? All right, cool. So how do you think men were going to react? They were going to react, oh, so if I do anything wrong, you're going to try to cancel me, so I shouldn't do anything wrong. Okay, well, then that means that it's a take it or leave it, the whole thing. You can't pick and choose when this is going to happen because obviously I will have to pay the price and I'm going to be treated like a total creep or whatever that negative thing you say is going to apply to me because obviously I'm a man and I'm guilty for the sin of being born with the genitalia that falls into the cancel bin. So from here on out, when you need help, I'm just going to say, you're strong and independent. Sorry, I don't want to be canceled. I mean, put yourself in the man's shoes. If he tries to save your life, but then it would destroy his life in the process, would you even try? All right, to that third queen. Okay, sister, how do you explain that to people without sounding like you have mental issues? Well, the short answer is you can't. The long answer is, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to complicate a situationship or something like that? Because you can't have your cake and eat it too here. You can't decide that you're going to be cold and warm. If a guy wants a relationship, he's going to say he wants a relationship. He's not going to tiptoe around it. He's going to actually say it. And if he says to you, listen, I want to take this further, and you say, well, kind of, I do and I don't, I'm not exactly sure right now, and you step back, you know what's going to happen, sweetheart? He's going to say, okay, cool, you know what? I'm going to respect you, give you the space that you need. I'm going to be over here. And while you're trying to make up your mind if you want to take this serious or not, guess what? Another girl that knows what she wants could come in and decide, okay, she wants to offer that guy a serious relationship, and then you missed out. So yeah, no husband for you. Moving on.
So my son told me you didn't feed him this morning.
Because you weren't here.
I wasn't here. What you mean, kid? I wasn't here. What you mean?
It's your job to feed your child. What do you mean?
It's kid. That don't make sense. It's both our jobs to feed the kids.
No, it's not. That's your son. You remember when you told me that you weren't gonna buy my son or my kids anything because they're not biologically yours?
So you gonna go tit for tat back and forth. That's what you want to do now.
Yeah, because now you understand how it feels. So now I'm feeding my kids, and whenever you decide to feed your son, then he can eat. Whatever. You weren't here this morning.
Kia, listen, I'm not gonna play this game with you. You don't pay no bills, so I'm not sure why you mad that I don't. I'm not sure why you mad that I'm not buying your kids stuff. Every time I buy my kids something, I'm already spending money in the household. What's the problem, yo?
You're in the same
are we married or not? Because I don't get why you keep trying to go back and forth. This ain't cool, yo.
The same way that you do for the same things you do for your kids, you do for mine.
I do, but if I'm low on money and my kids need something, I'm gonna go for my kids first. That don't make sense to you?
Why would you want to do that?
If they need something, why wouldn't I? You just told me that it's my job to take care of my kids. Now all of a sudden you're saying it's not?
My kids, you are here with my kids, so you have to do stuff for my kids first.
What?
I
need to do stuff for your kids?
If he wants to eat, his mama needs to bring him some food. The same way you was telling me that their dad needs to be there for them, right?
No, not right. No, not right.
Cool. That wasn't cool what you did to my kids either, but because you couldn't buy them a $10 outfit.
It's not just about the $10, yo. I already bought them shoes. Why do I need to keep buying them when they don't need this stuff? It's just you just buying them new shit just because.
Right. They always need something. We got kids that's growing. What do you mean? They always need shoes. They always need socks, clothes, and stuff like that. But in the meantime, like I said, whenever you decide to get your son some food or whatever, then he can eat. Here go an apple or something. Then he can eat. But right now, I'm making sure that my kids have lunch for the day.
My kid is 5 years old. Apple ain't gonna do. Kid, okay. If you making food for your kids, you need to make. Didn't I buy this food? You making food for your kids, you need to make food for my kids too. Because you not being a good wife, yo. You're not being a good wife.
Husband, so what you want to do? What you want to do? Because I'm like really tired of all your to be honest. And at the end of the day, like I said, if you can't be here for my...
All right, first of all, I got to say that I believe that with the limited information that we have here, limited things that we've seen here, I believe that they're both in the wrong, but she didn't feed a kid. And she's being petty because he didn't buy her kids an extra pair of shoes. Sorry, sister. He said it real clearly. You don't work. You're not doing anything. He's already paid for everything. And... starting out a kid just to be petty, I'm not saying he's completely in the right, but if we're going to divvy this up, you're definitely more in the wrong than he is. Now, to my male viewers, I'm going to say one thing, and I'm going to say this very clearly. Even though she's completely in the wrong, the way she treated this man's child, I have got to say something. He was in the wrong to begin with. And why is this girl saying that this guy is in the wrong to begin with? Because he wifed up a single mother. I'm sorry. I've said this before. Single mothers are always going to want the stepdad to step in and put her kids first. And she basically proved that right there. She said that she wants him to spend money on her children before he spends it on his own child. And if he doesn't do that, she's going to punish that 5-year-old kid. I gotta say it. The moment that he put a ring on it was the moment that he was in the wrong to begin with. A single mother will always put her kids above your children. There's never going to be equal treatment there. So for as wrong as she was for her actions, the one who was at fault to begin with was him, because not just did he put himself in this situation, he put his child in this situation to be denied food by his new wife. And the worst part about it, he already has the government involved in this relationship, so she knows she's got her hooks in him. Learn from this man or become him.
We decide our fates, not you.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.